and welcome to this week's Sunday Catchup podcast. How are you? And how has your week been? I really hope it's been a good one. And Will I Can and I's has been a good one. Yay! Another week of where it's just flowed, more magic and plenty of laughter. And I'll kick off with that, I think. So do you remember in last week's podcast I shared with you that we had gone away because we had been working really hard. We were really wiped out and we thought we'd take ourselves off to the New Forest for a couple of nights. So off we went, and I think I recorded it in the car last week. And this week I'm at home. We've had a day at home today, which is really nice. And I have a funny story to tell you. So Sunday afternoon, I recorded the podcast. We were really looking forward to a roast dinner, I think I shared with you. So we turn up at the restaurant only to be told no roast dinners. Finished at 4. And then it's the evening. So it's Sunday night menu, but no roast dinner. Well, anybody that knows me well knows I can be really funny over food. So I'll tell you another funny story. Many years ago, went down to Cornwall for the weekend with Will and the girls, and we met up with a couple of friends down there, and we went for a cream tea. And we sat down and we ordered our cream tea. And then a couple, I haven't got over this, and everyone reminds me of this, especially Will. He does love to remind me of this funny story, and I bet I've shared it on here. But we sat down, we ordered our cream tea, and I love a cream tea. Like, I really love a cream tea. And then another couple came in and sat down. They did their order for the cream tea. They got served their cream tea before us, and then the waitress came over and said that there wasn't enough cream teas for all of us. Well, I get told that I have this look in my eyes when I hear news like this. I wasn't happy. And she said, well, it's only a cream tea. And I went, well, it might be a cream tea, just a cream tea to you, but this is my cream tea. Can you believe it? I've got a proper strop on. And, wasn't happy. Couldn't believe it. Need to get a life. But it was one of those moments. So ever since then, having got, out of my pram over this cream tea, I try my hardest not to get the look in my eyes, not to go into one. And I know I've shared this on my podcast before because there was another incident with a pair of shoes, and I lost it there too. I think it must be something to do with my blood sugar. Don't know. But I'm really conscious. So when they said there was no roast dinner, having shared that I was so looking forward to this roast dinner, what did I do? Did I get that look in my eyes and lose the plot? Or did I go, oh, well, never mind, we'll choose something else on the menu? What do you think happened? Well, I had learnt my lesson and I just went, oh, well, let's choose something else on the menu. My tummy was, and my part of me somewhere in there was just like, why didn't they tell us? But I didn't. I kept it cool, kept it calm, and I think Will I can confirm that I didn't get the look in my eyes. And actually, I did something that was quite close to a roast dinner. So all was well. But that wasn't the funny story that I was going to tell you. I wasn't going to share either of those funny stories, but they were a good story. So the funny story comes a little bit later. So we have our meal, all fine, all nice. And then I've already told you we were really tired. We go to bed early. We went for a little walk and then we came back, went to bed early because we're really tired. Like I've said many times. Were we tired? Yeah, we were. We really were. Will had done all that driving, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so we get into bed. And you know when you're so tired, you can't get to sleep? I was kind of like that. Read my book and then I was like drifting in and out. Wasn't really happening. Didn't really particularly get a good feeling about the room. It felt a little bit like toxic, so I was kind of working on that. And then must have drifted off because then Will just went, ah! I was like, what? And he was like, there's a mosquito in here. I was like, it's September, in my head. I was like, there can't be a mosquito. He goes, well, you don't hear them. I was like, no, I don't generally hear the mosquitoes. It's Will that needs it. So up he gets, going around the room, trying to look for this mosquito that he heard, I didn't hear. And he's looking around and all I'm like is, I just got off to sleep. And he woke me up. The lights come on and he's hunting for the mosquito. It's very funny. I'm sure you can picture it. Don't need to go any other details other than I found it mildly amusing. But of course, to Will I can. He didn't know I was finding it amusing because I was going, oh dear. Thinking, well, you never really heard the mosquito. So back to bed he goes. Don't know how much time went past. Same thing happened again. There's a mosquito in here. I'm so tired. And then he's like looking around. And then I think it happened 3 times. And then he eventually finds it. And no. I think it happens 2 times, 3 times. Yeah, happens to him, I think, 3 times. Then we go back to bed. All is calm for quite some time, and I think it's about an hour. Then I hear the mosquito. There's me going, there wasn't really a mosquito. He must have dreamt it. Da, 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 da. Then I hear it. So, of course, oh dear. So then Will gets up. He's having not the time of his life. He finally finds the mosquito. Hooray. Thinks he's got it, but can't find it. Not a happy boy. Not a happy boy at all. Eventually he gives up. We go back to sleep. We never heard the mosquito again. We think he got it. But what it revealed... This is such a nice hotel, but what it revealed was, because he had his torch out on his phone, the room was not as clean as would appear. And I do like to stay, as I'm sure you do, in a clean room. And it just been overlooked. And of course, because he was going in every corner, every cranny, like every bit, every nook and cranny. I think that's the saying, yeah. That it just, yeah. So it was lovely. It was nice. It was a nice hotel and it was perfect for what we needed. But it wasn't the most clean hotels. It's such a shame. Anyway, so then not happy. And then we remembered the next morning over breakfast that we were here to celebrate my birthday. And so we kind of lightened the mood. And we went to Bewley Motor Museum. Yeah, there wasn't much magic going on in that room that night. So we went to Bewley Motor Museum and we loved it. And we had a magical day and it was amazing. It was really good fun. We got on an old-fashioned bus. We went on a monorail round it. If you haven't been to Bewley Motor Museum, I'd really recommend it. It was really good fun. We had such a great day. And on the Sunday, the weather was a bit iffy. But on Monday, it was wonderful. And it was so nice. And we met, bumped into to Lord Montagu, whose house it was, Falconer. And he was holding the most beautiful bird, really lovely bird. It was an eagle. And it was just stunning, absolutely stunning. And we got chatting to him and it was really nice. But I said to him, "Oh, are you doing a show soon?" And he was like, "We're not doing a show." Like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sure that's what the lady said, that there was a show," in my head. And he's like, "No, it's a presentation." I was like, "Oh, okay." So anyway, we stayed and we had a presentation. And it was really good fun. It was really magical. It's amazing the relationship that he has with these birds. And yeah, it was really nice. And it was in the Abbey grounds of the Bewley Motor Museum. And I went there as a child. I didn't remember any of it. But we, so that was really magical. And that was the highlight of the day. But before that, and I've just remembered, there was like loads of old-fashioned cars and like cars from our generation, which I was like, why are these in a museum? Like, they're not that old, but of course, what are they, 40 years old or something? But then we went in this one area, and it was like, I can't remember what it was called, but it was something like, "Do you remember when?" Anyway, in there, would you believe, was the car that Will first had when we first started dating. I welled up. I was really tearful. And it was amazing to see this car. It really was. And it took us right back. And there was so many nice memories and happy memories. And it was really good fun. And it was so nice just to go back in time to remember Will's car. I really thought I'd lucked in, which of course I really did. But, and I did, and yeah, it was just great. It was just really, really great, and just loved it. And we loved that time when we first went out for the first couple of years. It was just so magical. It was so nice. And seeing his car there, it was just wonderful. It was so nice. It was such a surprise. I think even he got a bit welled up too. It was just, yeah, it was the same colour as well. It was just great, really great. So such a great day. We were really on a high. And then we had a nice evening, a nice walk. Yeah, it was lovely. It was really nice. And then we left to come home on Tuesday morning. But what made us laugh on the way home was that, we're in the New Forest, so you expect ponies. But on one of these roads, there was loads of cows, all walking somewhere. They obviously knew where they were going, but it reminded us of India, which, of course, they have cows everywhere. But they look much healthier here where we were in the New Forest. And one was crossing the road, and I was recording for the shop because we always laugh about the cows in India. And I called him a him, but of course it was a she. And then he went right past my window and just literally let out this great big moo to us. It was so funny. It was just really funny. So yeah, we had lots of laughter. It was lots of fun. It was just nice to get away for a couple of nights. And yeah, it was really good fun. Really loved it. It was just the break that we needed. We haven't been down the coast for a few weeks, and so it was just nice to catch up. And we felt energized when we left. And it just snapped us out of how we were feeling. So yeah, it was great. And then we come back this week, and we've done a little bit for Hattie's, but she's just secured another big contract. She found out today, so that's really super good news. So I'm sure though I don't really have any time now because I'm going to be back. We're actually going to be back at Quest, then we're going to India, and then we're back. So I think she's on her own for this one, but she's got plenty of support anyway, so that was all good. So that was Tuesday. We got home in the afternoon, and I can't remember what we did on Tuesday. I'm sure we just sort of unpacked, did washing and did all the boring stuff, but it was really good fun and it was just really nice. And so Wednesday, back at work. But I've had this really, and it was like a day of health checkups. Not that it was planned, but I've had this niggly cough for nearly 2 months now, and everyone was saying you need to go to the doctor. So I got an appointment that morning, and she did whatever she needed to do, and then she sent me off for a chest X-ray, and then she booked in an appointment that I've been terribly, and I don't know why, putting it off. It's not very nice. You have it done every 3 or 4 years. Well, now I've got to the age I have, it's 5 years. I've been putting it off, and she got that appointment that afternoon. So I went to the doctors, went back to the doctors, went up to the hospital, got a chest X-ray. I was like, what is going on? I twisted my arm in the morning, so I was wearing a hands thing. It was just the day of where, like, there must have been something in the air where there was just this health thing going on. So it was really weird Wednesday, and I was helping Hattie's, but we ended up just laughing about it because it was just so funny. But what was great, is that I managed to get all of that appointments on the same day, and went up to the walk-in chest X-ray, and I got straight in. There was nobody waiting. And so super grateful for that. Super, super amazing. I love it when that happens. It just flows. So that was Wednesday, helping Hattie, laughing so much. It's been a week of laughter. So what happened then? So Thursday, it's just like this, just goes on, doesn't it, every day? So Thursday was just working at Quest, and can't even remember what else I was doing. I think was working for Hattie and just doing bits and pieces, and then we met up with our friends, which is always a good laugh, caught up. And then on Friday, worked for Hattie's again, then was in Quest, and then Amelia, our darling dear daughter, treated us to fish and chips, one of my favourite dinners. And she's moving out this week. She's got her own place now, and she's moving out, and it's been so nice having her come and stay with us on and off. And she's finally going to be moving out, so we're going to miss you. I don't know if she listens to the podcast, but we're going to miss you, Amelia. But we're really excited for her and Freddie for their new chapter, and what's coming up for them is really super exciting, and it's going to be life-changing for us all. So it's just going to be great, and really, really excited for her. And then on Saturday, had clients all day. Honestly, I've been in my element this week. Had clients all day. What an honour. What a beautiful thing to do, to just channel Reiki. And it was so nice. Did lots of help people do some clearing, did a bit of coaching mixed in with it. It was just an absolute joy, and felt like at one point it was just kind of like transported to another place, time dimension. Felt like I was just in this healing chamber, and so nice. I caught up with a wonderful client that I haven't seen for years and years and years. Young girl, she started coming to see me when she was 19, and she's now 34, and I don't know where those time has gone, and it was so nice to see her, and she's doing absolutely fantastic. And she travelled 2 hours to come and see me, and she felt much happier when she left, so that was good. She'd stayed in this horrible hotel room, which was absolutely full of mirrors, and she'd been feeling horrible ever since, so we were able to sort out the energy and just get her back on track. So it was lovely. Honestly, seeing my clients yesterday was an absolute joy and a privilege, and I absolutely love the Reiki healing. So nice, and I honestly don't know who enjoys it more, my clients or me, because it's beautiful. So that was yesterday, and then we went over and saw our dear friends Scott and Nicola, and their 2 little sausage dogs, it was just great. Larry and Rodney are the dogs' names, and we went for a really long, lovely walk, and caught up, and such good friends, and we love them dearly, and it was really nice to catch up and You know, when you just go around to people's houses, when you go meet up with friends, or we did go around to their house, and you just meet up, and it's always just such a joy. That's, it's just really nice. So we're so lucky with our friends. And do you remember I was sharing with you a couple of weeks ago that we went up to see Scott in his film up in Leicester Square, and it was called The Caretaker? I think I shared that a couple of weeks ago. And so, yeah, it was Scott and his wife Nicola, who does a lot of podcasts and things. You might have seen her on social media. She does the Talking Red Bull podcast, which is well worth a listen. Really cool. And she does lots of other stuff. Nicola Hume is her name. So, yeah, look her up, because she's so cool. She's so incredible. She's so amazing. And she does so much stuff, and her podcasts are really awesome. So, yeah, Hume being Hume. They're our friends, and it was just so nice. It was really nice. And then today, had a day off. I was going to work, but Amelia did my hours. Just having a catch-up of paperwork and stuff like that. And Will built his log store. I think I shared with you that he was doing that. The weather's nice, so we got the logs, and he's just pottering outside and as happy as can be. It's been a magical week. It's been a wonderful week. You literally have the whole week. It's really interesting going into autumn energy, and I use the word autumnal, even though I've made that word up, but I think it's a great word. What word is the word, actually? It's not autumnal, is it? It's all tumble. Oh, I don't know. I like autumnal. Or maybe it is autumnal. I don't know. I don't know what the word is. But I love this autumnal time of year. And the energy right now is all about clearing out what no longer serves you, letting go, and starting to build new. What do you want to plant for moving forward? And so that has been what the energies have been happening this week, and has been building. And sometimes you just have to let things go that you didn't think you needed to let go of, but sometimes the energy just kind of runs its course and it's time to move on. So that's kind of how it's been feeling and how it's been building. And yeah, we just go with the energies of the season, because you know what? They don't have this mind that gets in the way of the flow and of the magic. They just do their thing without any thinking. The seasons I'm talking about. And in particular the trees, because we're surrounded by trees. So I'm in awe of it, how it happens. And do you remember, if you've been listening to this podcast continually, spring, it's delightful, isn't it? And I just talked about that. But I love it's been so warm today, but yeah, it feels very autumnal. It's been beautiful. So anyway, how's your week? What's been going on for you? Did you have any reflections? Any learnings? Was it just an average week? Did you notice some magic this week? I see magic every day, literally every day. I need to record the magic. I really do. It's like I talk about it, because these things, there's loads of magic that happens. Just everyday magic. It's just wonderful. It really is. It really is. I won't talk about the news. I only know a little bit about the news this week. But honestly, people, I don't know what it is about taking personal responsibility and being accountable. Honestly, it's just those that know, that live in the United Kingdom, will know what I'm talking about this week. But anyway, just accountability, responsibility, it is key to a lot of things. Okay, let's just stop there. Have a great week coming up. I've got a busy week this week. Can't wait to share it with you, all ready for next week. I hope you're enjoying all the social media stuff that I'm putting out there about autumn, the meditations, all that's going on. I hope you're really enjoying it. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And I hope you've checked out my free webinar as well. It's there for you. 3 key important things in there for you to check out, and you can find that all on thesoulcoach.com. Just give a little plug there. Why not? Why not? Much love to you. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate you. And let's just take a breath. Oh dear. What did you laugh about this week? Laughter's so good for the soul. It really is. And when we laughed, how do we feel in our bodies? We feel so good, don't we? It feels alive. Feeling all that energy in your body. Connecting with your feet. Connecting to the laughter. Connecting to the season. Where can you take responsibility and where can you take accountability? Where do you need to? Questions for the week. With a big, huge smile on your face, know everything is happening for you right now. Huge, huge, abundant hugs to you, blessings to you. Take good care and see you next week. Bye. That's my week wrapped up. What stood out, what shifted, and what I'm taking forward. Now it's over to you. What moments shaped your week? What inspired you? Let's keep the conversation going. Come and connect with me on @thesoulcoach or YouTube and let me know your thoughts. If this episode spoke to you, feel free to share it, tag me, or send it to someone who might enjoy it too. See you next week for another reflection. But until then, take care, stay present, and keep journeying within.